If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. If you thought the Golden State Warriors offseason was going to be quiet, think again. The basketball world has just been rocked by news so unexpected, so wild, that even the most seasoned NBA insiders are scrambling to catch their breath. A trade scenario has exploded onto the scene, one that involves Jonathan Kuminga, a future draft pick, international sensation Kai Sotto, and rising star Josh Giddey. This isn't just another run-of-the-mill trade rumor. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of blockbuster move that could alter the balance of power in the league for years to come. And we have the full story, the inside scoop, and the shocking implications for every player involved. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the Warriors, the Thunder, and the entire NBA. It started as whispers in front offices, quiet phone calls between executives, and cryptic social media posts from players. A few weeks ago, Jonathan Kuminga's future in Golden State was already the subject of heated debates. Was he the next face of the franchise after Steph Curry? Or was he a valuable trade chip in the Warriors' relentless chase for one more championship before the dynasty window closes? That question got a lot harder to answer when reports surfaced about Kuminga's frustration over his role and minutes. Some insiders claimed the relationship between him and the coaching staff had cooled. Others said the Warriors' front office still believed in him but needed to make tough decisions to keep up in the loaded Western Conference. Then came the unexpected twist, Kai Sotto's name entering the conversation. The 7'3" Filipino phenom has been a polarizing figure in NBA circles. His size, touch around the rim, and international fan base make him a marketing dream, but some executives have wondered if his game could translate consistently in the league's high-paced, physical style. But here's the thing, the Warriors have been quietly scouting Sotto for months. In a league where size still matters in playoff battles, pairing a skilled big man with Curry's shooting and Draymond's playmaking could open up a completely new style for Golden State. For fans in the Philippines, the idea of Kai Sotto wearing the Warriors jersey would be nothing short of a dream come true. And then Josh Giddey, the Australian playmaker with court vision that has drawn comparisons to Magic Johnson and Luka Doncic. At just 21 years old, Giddey has already established himself as one of the most promising young guards in the NBA, a player who can control the tempo, create scoring opportunities, and make everyone around him better. But his fit with the Oklahoma City Thunder has been complicated. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander becoming a full-blown MVP candidate and rookie sensation Chet Holmgren emerging as a defensive anchor, Giddey's role has shifted, and questions have started to rise about whether OKC would move him in exchange for assets that align more with their timeline and roster needs. That's when the dots began to connect. Multiple front office sources started hinting at a framework for a trade that could send Jonathan Kuminga and a future first-round draft pick from Golden State to Oklahoma City, bring Josh Giddey to the Bay Area, and involve a third team to facilitate Kai Sotto's arrival. The proposal is as bold as it is risky. For Golden State, it would mean moving on from one of their most athletic and promising young wings in exchange for a pass-first guard who could help bridge the gap between the Curry era and the future. For Oklahoma City, it's a chance to add a high-upside forward who could thrive next to Shai and Chet while also stockpiling more draft capital. And for Kai Sotto, it's the ultimate leap into the spotlight, a chance to prove himself on one of the most scrutinized and celebrated franchises in all of sports. When the first wave of these rumors hit social media, fans didn't know what to think. Warriors supporters were split right down the middle. Some said trading Kuminga now would be a huge mistake, that he's just scratching the surface of his potential, and that his combination of athleticism, defense, and developing offense could make him a future all-star. Others argued that if Golden State is truly serious about maximizing what's left of Curry's prime, they can't afford to wait for Kuminga to fully develop. They need players who can contribute at a high level right now, and Giddey's playmaking could supercharge their offense. And then there's the Kai Sotto factor, which adds a completely unique dimension to this story. His arrival wouldn't just be about basketball. It would be about the cultural and global impact. The Warriors already have one of the largest international fan bases thanks to Curry's worldwide popularity, but adding a player like Sato could open doors to an entirely new audience, potentially making Golden State the most followed team in the Philippines overnight. Social media engagement, jersey sales, and TV ratings would all spike. The business side of this trade could be just as important as the on-court implications. Behind the scenes, executives are weighing every angle. Kuminga's contract situation looms large. He's eligible for an extension, and if the two sides can't agree, the Warriors risk losing him for less value later. Giddey is still on his rookie deal but will soon command a sizable payday himself. And Sato, still early in his NBA journey, offers a mix of affordability and intrigue. The inclusion of a future first-round pick from Golden State shows just how serious they are about making this happen. Picks are the NBA's most valuable currency, and the Warriors aren't known for giving them up lightly. But there's also an emotional side to this. Kuminga has been embraced by Warriors fans since day one. His highlight reel dunks, his defensive versatility, his flashes of scoring brilliance, they've all fueled hope that he could be the next homegrown star to carry the torch after the dynasty fades. Losing him would hurt, especially for a fan base that's already seen beloved players like Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala, and Jordan Poole move on. For Kuminga himself, the idea of leaving the only NBA team he's ever known would be a shock. But in this league, business often comes before sentiment. On the flip side, Giddey's potential fit with Golden State is tantalizing. Imagine a backcourt where Curry plays off the ball more often, using his elite shooting to stretch defenses while Giddey orchestrates the offense. Draymond could work even more effectively as a secondary playmaker, and Klay Thompson could benefit from cleaner looks. Giddey's rebounding from the guard position would also help the Warriors, who have struggled on the boards against bigger teams. And defensively, while Giddey isn't an elite stopper, the Warriors' system has a history of hiding weaknesses and amplifying strengths. As for Kai Sato, his potential impact in the paint could be exactly what the Warriors have been missing. He has the size to protect the rim, the touch to finish around the basket, and the passing vision to keep the ball moving, all critical in Steve Kerr's motion offense. If he can adapt quickly to the speed and physicality of the NBA playoffs, he could be a game changer. The Warriors haven't had a true 7-footer with Sato's combination of skill and mobility in years, and the idea of pairing him with their small ball versatility could create matchup nightmares for opponents. Still, nothing in the NBA is guaranteed. Trades this big often fall apart in the final stages over money, fit, or unexpected changes in other teams' plans. The Thunder, for example, could decide they value Giddey's long-term potential too much to move him, even for a player like Kuminga. The third team involved in facilitating Sato's move could demand more assets, complicating negotiations. And the Warriors themselves could get cold feet if they feel the risk outweighs the reward.